First up tonight, a simple message from our team. Words matter. We as broadcasters we're meticulous about which words we choose and why. So we totally get it that headlines like this one in Newsweek are freaking people out. It reads, Oregon officials propose making indoor mask mandate permanent. A permanent mandate. That's how most people would interpret that headline. And look, I'm not going to knock whoever wrote that headline, okay? But we do want you to know that if you ask the Oregon Health Authority, they'll say that headline is misleading. They'll say they don't want permanent masks in Oregon. No one does. And they'll also say they're caught between a legal rock and a hard place that amounts to either making the rule technically permanent or dropping the indoor mask mandate altogether. To explain why, let's rewind. Remember this, June 2021. Oregon Governor Kate Brown declares Oregon reopened. She shakes her fists in the air. Cases were down, vaccinations were up, and COVID restrictions lifted, including the indoor mask mandate. Fast forward to August. OPB has this headline: the Delta variant is breaking records and clobbering Oregon. That's when the OHA turned back to masks, implementing its current indoor mask mandate. Fast forward to now, and we have this new problem, or at least new situation. Under state law, temporary emergency measures like the current mandate can only last 180 days. So it's set to expire soon, specifically Tuesday, February 8th. And the OHA legally cannot implement another temporary measure. They have to drop the mandate or make it, quote, permanent. A spokesperson telling us, quote, that does not mean the rules will be in place permanently. OHA can rescind or cancel a rule when it believes it's no longer necessary. In other words, they say permanently is a technical legal term, not a practical description. But that did not do a lot to calm the long line of people, metaphorically it was on Zoom, who spoke at OHA's public hearing today. A lot of them zeroed in on the promise to cancel the rule, but they point out the OHA hasn't said when that might happen or based on what data.
No longer have any faith at OHA and the mask mandate today. And before you tell me that a permanent mandate can be canceled at any time, I don't care.
The public doesn't trust you to end it when you say you will. Just last year, the public was told that if we reached 70% of the adult population got a COVID vaccine, the restrictions would end. Then just 3 months later, those restrictions and masking was reimposed.
The people simply do not trust you guys anymore. We don't believe that you're going to take into account the best interest of Oregonians, and we don't believe that you're going to repeal this.
Now, that meeting went on for hours, and during it, Cynthia sent us an email. She wrote, I sincerely hope that you will importantly report on the fact that there has not been a single speaker in support of this. And then she added, there are too many of us to ignore. Now, we have asked the OHA for an interview, and right now they're declining, but they do point bluntly to the state of the pandemic. And it just so happens at KGW.com, we have a brand new deep dive on COVID statistics. And it's got things like this interactive graph that shows case rates throughout the pandemic. Look at that peak on the right. Omicron has been shattering daily case records. So that means transmission is higher than ever. And good quality masks like N95s help stop that. We know that. We also know COVID fatigue is peaking as well. Case in point, a mask barbecue party in front of the Portland OHA offices. The conservative group Free Oregon staged this today, writing on their invites, the OHA votes to incinerate our rights with a permanent mask mandate. That brings us back to that word, permanent. OHA says the rule won't be permanent. In practice, they're going to repeal it. Permanent means temporary. Okay. All that said, a brief message again from our team to the OHA. We get that state law requires you to call this permanent and implement this in this manner. We also hear you when you say your intention is to cancel it at some point. So if that's truly the case, 2 years into a pandemic, when public tension is high and exhaustion is universal, can you really blame people for being confused or upset? Maybe, at the very least, it's worth finding a way to call it something else, because words matter.